Hello. So we hope you're well. We love you and we hope that your families are safe. Right now, we're going to do an Aiken writing essay together. Okay, we're going to go step by step. Okay, here is how we will do it. First, oops, side. Decide on our opinion. Decide on our opinion. But we're going to do that by listing points. So we will list the possible points we might make, and that will help us decide on our opinion. Next, sorry, the light's not good here. Fix that. Next, choose my two favorite points. Choose my two favorite points. My two favorite points. And write them in complete and clear sentences. All right? Next. Expand each point. And we're going to expand each point with, oops, so this is better in red. Using specific language, and these can be examples, or maybe deeper arguments. All right? And finally, I don't know if you can see down there. Oh, deeper arguments there. Okay. I don't know if you can see down at the bottom, so I'm going to go up to the top here for number 4. State the opinion at the top. Put lift at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do those things. All right, so got this? I'm going to erase. should have photographed that so I didn't lose my track. But anyway, here we go. Here's the question. Are donuts good? You don't have to decide right now. First, you have to see if you can make good points on either side. That's the key question. Can you make good points? All right. So here's one. Let's say, no, donuts are not good. Why? Because they are unhealthy. Or, yes, they're good. Now, don't just say delicious. You might want to try to say something a little bit more deeper than delicious. You can say a big part of childhood. You try to stay away from really, really, really simple things like delicious. Of course, donuts are delicious, but maybe something deeper. All right. Here's a negative. They have no vitamins. Or what this? That's fine. We'll just leave that. How about another one? They give people indigestion. I'm not sure if I want to hear you be specific about that. Let's do another positive. They're great for socializing. Another positive. You can carry them home. There's a negative. Old donuts taste bad. Okay, now we've got these different possibilities. Now I'm going to look at these and I'm going to ask myself, which of these are interesting enough so that I can expand in some way? All right? And I'm going to say, even though it really is true that donuts are unhealthy, I'm going to go with Maru, that donuts are good. All right, that means I have to get rid of all of these. Even though they were interesting, I feel like I can make a better case for Maru. All right, now I got 3 points here. I only need 2 of them. Let's see, can carry them home. Okay, great for socializing. I actually have some thoughts about that. And big part of my childhood. I liked this because I was originally going to say delicious, but then I could think, maybe I could say something deeper about that. So I'm going to say carry them home is awfully specific. There's not much more you can say about carrying them home. So I'm going to get rid of that. So now I have my 2 points. Okay, now I have my 2 points. But now I need to make sure that each one is stated in a full sentence. Make sure it's absolutely clear. Okay? So, first one. A big part of childhood. That is not a sentence. Now, I almost never talk like this, but in making that list that you just saw me make, if it's hard for you to find the English words to make the list, you don't want to take too long with that. It's probably okay to write some things in kanji just to get through the list. But now here's the part where you have to really think how you are going to say it in a full sentence. Okay, a big part of childhood. So, firstly, these are good words. Firstly, or my first reason, right? Or one reason. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to say, firstly, donuts don't just taste good, for a lot of us, they bring back many memories. Okay, see, that's a nice complete observation. Firstly, donuts don't just taste good. For a lot of us, they bring back many memories. Okay, so I know what I wrote there is pretty cool, and maybe you might be thinking, oh, I can't write anything like that. But don't be dazzled by this, because this is not complete. This is a general statement. It's a general statement of my point. I'm just trying to be clear about it. This point is not finished. We still have to expand it. Okay? Now let's look down here. Great for socializing. Also not a sentence. And when you cross out an earlier point, it doesn't mean you're not going to say anything about it. Sometimes it's a point that actually contributes to the other point that you were making. So what did I say? Great for socializing. My other thing was carrying them home. Well, donuts are convenient. Donuts are convenient. Now, here's a nice full sentence, and it's fairly clear, but it's actually not saying much. It's actually so general, you want to try to get it to be a little bit more focused. So, donuts are convenient. And remember, great for socializing, and I was also thinking that I liked the idea of how easy they are to carry. They are convenient and small, so they are good for sharing with friends. Okay, so now we've got 2 points. And this says, firstly, probably I shouldn't just begin it like this. I should say something like, my second point is donuts are convenient and small, so they are good for sharing with friends. Okay, now we've got 2 solid points. Firstly, donuts don't just taste good. For a lot of us, they bring back many memories. My second point, donuts are convenient and small, so they are good for sharing with friends. Okay, now I'm going to use another color, red, and we're going to expand on our point. How do we expand on our point? Well, the first thing you need to think about is these are general statements. Think of something specific. If you have trouble thinking of specific things, an exercise, I know it seems a little bit silly, but now you're not going to do this during the test, but in preparing for the test, you do need to get good at thinking of specific things. So make a list in your mind of specific things. Now, thing is very general, so let's break thing down into probably 3 categories. Those 3 categories would be, can you see over here? Yes, over here. Yeah, okay, good. Specific people, specific places, specific situations. Now, the temptation really is to say specific people. Oh, teachers. No. Teachers is not a specific person. It's a general person. Okay. Light's getting messing things up. Okay. Did that work? It did work. So don't say teachers, say Peter. Or whatever. Takahashi sensei, whatever teacher comes to mind. People, my mother. Here's a really good example. That man who bumped into me on the train. Okay, I'm not going to do all of this. And then you can't read that, I know. The point is, try to think about specific people. That's usually the easiest one. Then also think about specific places. Again, don't say, for example, don't say hospitals. Say the hospital where I was born. Don't say schools. Say my school. Or the school my brother goes to, or something like that. Try to think of specific places. And then this is often the thing that really will help you get the example. Specific situations. Again, when I walk to school, when I eat dinner, you do those things almost every single day. That is not specific. Sometimes you can use that as an example, but it's much better to say, last night when I was eating dinner with my mother and my best friend was over at our house eating with us. See, that's a specific situation. You have a story, and you can use it to give color to your essay. All right? So practice this. I think probably most of you that I'm thinking of need to practice doing this. It might seem like a silly kind of practice, but really, when you start thinking about expanding on your points, you have to have a set of specific things in your mind that you would talk about. Like, I would always talk about my father. He's a teacher, or he is a teacher, and he likes a lot of the same things I like. Or specific places, I love talking about the train station in Shinjuku. I don't know why, it always comes up in my conversations. I love Shinjuku Station. It's so interesting to me. I could say lots of interesting, unique things about it. If you have a catalog in your mind, have a list of things in your mind that you can talk about, you might even practice writing things about them. That will help you in your essay, okay? So, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to go back to this business here. All right, firstly, donuts don't just taste good. For a lot of us, they bring back memories. Okay. My son and I, specific person, always go to, now, I could say Mr. Donuts, or I could say the Mr. Donuts near my house. Now, I could write more. You don't have tons of time, but right there, let's look at this first part again. Firstly, donuts don't just taste good. For a lot of us, they bring back many memories. My son and I always go to the Mr. Donuts near my house. Now, I could say more. I could get more specific. I could say, when? What time are you thinking of? Yesterday, we went to Mr. Donuts and we talked about soccer. And we had a wonderful time. See, now this becomes a much more interesting story. People care because you're talking about something real. You're not talking in general. Okay? So now let's look here. My second point is donuts are convenient and small, so they are good for sharing with friends. This isn't true, but who cares? No, this is true. But the point I'm going to make isn't true, but who cares? It's going to sound specific and clear. Watch me. Last night, specific time. Last night, I couldn't get to sleep at all. It's a nice song. Last night, after dinner, after dinner with my family, I got on my bike, went to Mr. Donuts. Again, specific place. Got on my bike. In Tsurakawa. And got donuts for everyone. See? My second point is donuts are convenient and small, so they are good for sharing with friends. Last night, after dinner with my family, I got on my bike, went to Mr. Donuts in Tsurakawa, and got donuts for everyone. And brought them back home is probably what I would say. Now, notice we haven't done anything with the introduction or anything with the conclusion. The first sentence is easy. We're going to leave that to last. The last sentence is the most difficult, okay? It is difficult. It's so difficult. If you cannot think of what to say, don't say anything. Do not say this. And so donuts are good. No, don't do that. If you feel like saying this, don't say it. The top scoring Eiken writing samples that I have seen do not do this. Okay? But if you can, here is one way to, what I said before, end with a lift. When I say end with a lift, you want the person who read your essay to feel like they did not waste their time. You want them to go, oh, interesting. You don't want them to be like, oh, thank God this is finished. Oh, I can't believe I had to read that. No, you want them to finish and go, oh, yeah. Well, how do you make them go, oh, yeah? The oh, yeah is a final thought that adds lift. It has to still be on your topic, and that's tricky. But here's how you keep it on your topic. Try these two words. Moreover. Or instead. Here's one example. We can practice making these kinds of conclusion sentences in class some more because it is tricky. But here's an example. So I'm going to read through everything. Okay? I'm going to read through everything and then I'm going to use, I'm saying positive. If you're saying a positive thing, donuts are good, then moreover is often a good one. Moreover is better for positives. Not always. Instead is better for negatives. Okay, so let me go. My pointer, make it shorter. Firstly, donuts do not just taste good. For a lot of us, they bring back many memories. My son and I always go to the Mr. Donuts near my house. My second point is donuts are convenient and small, so they are good for sharing with friends. General point. Now let's get specific. Last night, after dinner with my family, I got on my bike, went to Mr. Donuts in Sudakawa, and got donuts for everyone. Moreover, I think all sweet things are good for friends and is it falling off? Oh, it's not falling off. Okay. Family. All right. I know it's hard to read. I'm going to read through the whole thing in a moment. And then I'm going to take a picture and send it to you guys in addition to this video. All right. Okay. So now we've said all this. Now the easy part. Are donuts good? Don't stress yourself too much about this first sentence. It's pretty easy. I think donuts are good. If you want to, you can say, I have two reasons. But be careful. Sometimes when you write, I have two reasons, what you're doing is you're just stalling. You're just giving yourself time to think. We know you have reasons. Your opinion is, I think donuts are good. All right. You don't need this up here anymore. Here we go. Listen carefully. Also, I would say you want paragraphs. So indent. And yeah, indenting is good. I think indenting, setting a tab, is very important because it makes it even clearer what your structure is. It makes it so you don't have to write things like, I have two reasons. Okay? So here we go. I think donuts are good. Firstly, donuts don't just taste good. I'm going to point as I do this. Donuts don't just taste good. For a lot of us, they bring back many memories. My son and I always go to the Mr. Donuts near my house. My second point is donuts are convenient and small, so they are good for sharing with friends. Last night, after dinner with my family, I got on my bike, went to Mr. Donuts in Sudakawa, and got donuts for everyone. Moreover, I think all sweet things are good for friends and family. Oh, all sweet things, not just donuts, but all sweet things. But it's still connected, right? So it just kind of lifts. All right? Good. We'll do more examples of these. And you've seen this pattern. Try these two essay topics on your own. I'm going to send this to you. Oh, whoops. I said I was going to send it to you, but then I erased. Hang on. My son and I always go to the Mr. Donuts near my house. My second point is, donuts are convenient and small. Oops. small. So they are good for sharing with friends. Last night, in red. After dinner with my family, I got on my bike, went to Mr. Donuts in Tsurukawa and got donuts for everyone. I just want to say one more thing about this. I said moreover, I think if I would choose I might choose another conjunction than moreover. I might say, in fact. It's similar to moreover, but moreover is fine. In fact, I think all sweet things are good for friends and family. Now I'm going to take a photograph, and I will send you the photograph. Hang on. Oh, I'm going to send you the photograph. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.